All right, we are live for the fourth session of Star Wars Wayward Spirit, playing the Friends Like These adventure from Fantasy Flight game that if you've read through it at all, you know by now, and you're following us as well, you know by now that we're doing a few things a little differently, partly because of player choices and partly because of GM choices. Things are shaping up a little bit differently on this one, but I think we are barreling toward a really interesting conclusion. So quickly, to recap what's happened so far, you all are trying to defend the planet Xornn, Xornn, from a coming Imperial invasion. This is a remote planet on the Outer Rim, and it's important to the Alliance because it houses a repair facility that the Alliance regularly uses. You cannot possibly hope to win against the forces that are arrayed against you, but you're hoping to hold out long enough for Alliance reinforcements to arrive, and then after those reinforcements arrive, you're hoping to be able to evacuate the people and the assets in the facility and try to get them established somewhere else where they can continue to service the Alliance. To address the main problems that you're dealing with here, you've split into two groups. Andon and Kira have stayed behind on Xornn. They're there to help fortify its defenses, but as we'll talk about a little bit more in a minute, they've also discovered an ancient room and a device in it. They're not quite sure what it is, but when they entered it, some sort of tremor in the Force was triggered, which is now echoing throughout nearby systems. On the other side of it, IG and Nada Ali and Kribben and Danzel have all traveled to the planet Valimith Port, where they were attempting to recruit some Mandalorian mercenaries that they desperately need to help mount ground defenses. And they've run into problems because the current leader of this clan has been reluctant to assist them. Fortunately, though, they've also got a lead. And that lead is that the father of the clan's leader, the clan's leader, current leader being named Vera Biora, and her father being named Nam. Nam is possibly him and some other members of their clan have been captured by Zygerian slavers. And even now, they could be alive, maybe not alive and well, but at least alive on the nearby planet of Kawak, which the Zygerians use. So as a result, they have raced off to Kawak. They're hoping to find Nam and free him. And then once he's freed, I don't know exactly what you guys have planned, but part one of the plan at least is to get Nam free, and then we'll see, I guess, where you want to take it from there. The clock is ticking away, and I'll move you to another screen here. The clock is ticking away. The party that is traveling on Kawak now has about 12 hours to find Nam, do whatever they need to do, and get back to Xornn before the Imperials show up. And with that, let us start to roll. Let's roll. Well, let me clear the Destiny pool for us. I don't think I've got that cleared yet, so hang on. All right, is everybody's pool cleared now?
Oh, yes.
Well.
Yeah, and Eric, sadly, there is no push to talk for voice chat. Sorry about that.
Oh boy. This is gonna be fun.
Oh, you'll have to add in Cribbins manually. He just used the dice pool.
Oops, okay, we can do that.
That's right, I messed it up. I messed it up 5 times in a row now. Going for 6.
All right, so everybody should have 3 light and 4 dark now.
Yup.
All right, I will not say that the balance is close to being, the force is close to being in balance, because that will anger at least 2 or 3 of our party members.
Hashtag triggered.
But looks like you've got some points to play around with to get us started. So we are going to begin over on the planet Xornn tonight with Kira and Andon. You may remember the last thing that happened with them was they were alerted by Calcorsa, the leader of the repair facility there on Xornn, it's a repair facility. It's called Foundry 4, and they were alerted to something that's going on out on the surface of the planet, some distance away from the facility. And you have you headed out yet, or is there anything you wanted to do before you headed out there?
I think we made Professor Dare. I think he was doing like rubbings or something like that, and getting stuff from the it wasn't a temple. It was more like a wherever we were, fake temple.
Big dome with a round object in the middle. Yeah,
he was looking at stuff, and Andon was heading back, wasn't he?
Andon had gone back to Foundry 4.
You were both back at Foundry 4 at the end last time, and we had and Andon had shown Kira the anomaly that seems to keep showing up on their sensors in a certain area.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
And we need to figure out what that is.
Exactly.
Well, let's take a speeder out there and find out.
Yeah, so you've got access to a speeder, and you kind of work your way out into the wilderness. We're going to change pages here again. And I'm going to start you all down. I'm going to go ahead and draw a shape for your speeder here, down here in the bottom.
What is this?
What color do you want the abstraction of your speeder to be?
Green, of course.
Green, okay.
Come on, Matt.
All right. So
there's a lot of black holes just on their way walking to work. So they have a good day.
So what you see on this map is there's a series of craters. This is a really active, as you know, a really active geothermal planet, and there's a series of craters that are kind of vent holes that have worked their way up into the surface over the years. And you stopped at about the point where the anomalies have been showing up. And let me get the two of you out there now.
I think this may be what we were looking for.
The whole surface of the planet is covered with these everywhere.
Oh, okay.
So it's not this doesn't really necessarily tell you anything. This is pretty typical of what you see all over the place.
Are these little guys like dirt piles or
little dirt rocks? That's what these are supposed to represent.
Okay. All right, so the anomalies that are happening on the scanners are coming from this area?
They are coming from this area, yes.
Andon.
Yes?
What do you think?
I was half expecting to find a probe droid or something, so I don't know.
Yeah, do we see anything? What do my Jedi eyes see?
All right. So you want to start out with reaching out with a force, or do you want to start out with just kind of having a look around?
I'm just going to look with my eyes.
Sure. Okay. So let's go ahead and make hard any equipment you've got with you that you want to use.
I think I have binoculars. Pretty sure I have binoculars. Scanner goggles.
Okay. So we're going to add, it's going to be a hard perception check, but you can add a couple of boost dice to that.
Okay. Hard is 3, right? I can't ever remember what hard is.
Hard is 3, yes.
Okay.
I need to just say 3. You know, the system wants you to translate it into easy, moderate, hard, but 3, it's a lot easier to just say 3 purple, I think. All right, so Kira's looking around, and as she scans, she kind of sees some disturbances about right at this location on the ground. Like something looks irregular on the ground about right there. Yes.
Kara's gonna mark that. There we go.
Okay.
Can I walk?
Yeah, you can walk there. It's not that far.
Okay. Boop-a-doop. I'll be careful. What is this? I'm gonna take my staff out.
Yeah, so what you see as you get closer to it on the ground is it looks like there's kind of these 3 points in the sand that are all spread about 2 meters across from each other in a triangular shape.
Okay.
Like indentations. And kind of looking and digging through the sand a little bit in that area, you actually end up pulling out some kind of a part, like a bolt or something like that. Looks pretty new. Doesn't look like it's been worn through the years. Fairly fresh.
Would my awesome mechanic skills know what this is used for?
Let's make a hard mechanics check.
Okay. Ignore the
force die.
Yeah, so... Oh, I forgot to do difficulty, sorry. Why can't I get force die like that all the time? God!
Oh, man.
Oh!
Last time you had stuff like that, you threw a bus at a bunch of dudes.
Oh, the kind of butt you could kick with that roll.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so...
6 success.
So this is 2 success, though, and it's enough for Kira to recognize this as a type of device. We might call it a transistor or something like that. But it's an equivalent for this world, and it is a device that's commonly known to be used in Imperial military equipment. It's not a device. It's a part that's used in Imperial military equipment.
It's got like a little Imperial symbol on it or something.
You've torn enough Imperial crap apart to know.
Now, nothing like that. It's not like oh look, the Imperial symbol on the side of this part. It's like Kira's just looking at this, thinking, this. I don't know of anybody that uses this other than the Empire in some of their high grade military equipment.
Yeah,
these are the mass-produced Kuat parts.
Yeah, they're pieces of garbage. No wonder they're out in the middle of nowhere, buried in the sand. No one wants Kuat. Ugh. But
our mom's Kuati.
I have a lot of issues there, Andon.
You have a lot of issues.
Andon, please. One, we have an issue right now because there's... hold on a second.
Imperial detritus?
Yes. I had to turn your mic down because...
Yeah, let me see if I can turn my mic down on my end.
Because all I could do is hear myself talking. Sorry. Taylor and I need to get new microphones.
It's still my computer. It janks the levels up. I'm starting to think it's Roll20.
So, problem that we have here is this doesn't look old. One, it's Imperial, so obviously it hasn't been here... it wasn't here 20-some years ago. 2, it's pretty new. It's used in high-grade military stuff. And what was with the indentation you said, Matt? It was like in a triangle?
Yeah, now that's not the part. That's indentations in the dirt and the sand that's sitting
like
there.
Like
that? So let me kind of try showing you what that looks like. This is very rough, but it'd be like here and here and here.
Okay. And it was just kind of in the middle of that, or?
Yeah, and then the part you found was just right beside it.
Do these indentations look like something that would be the feet of a walker?
No, they're way too small for that.
Okay.
They would be more like the feet of a tripod or a smaller droid that sits down there or something like that.
There's no other of these indentations anywhere, is there?
You can look around if you want to.
Yeah, let's look around.
This will be another perception check. And this will be another hard perception check. You got your 2 boost if you want to use your goggles with it.
I'll assist you as well, so you can add another boost.
1 boost. What's your perception?
Nothing.
Okay, because I only have 2 cunning, so...
I have no ranks in it, so...
Okay.
I also have 2 cunning.
Really? Can I walk and look in the dirt?
Evidently not at the same time.
Yeah.
I fall into a crater and die.
So Kira doesn't see any more than that.
Well, this sucks. Annan, should we just go get the speeder and kind of speed along and see what we can find?
It's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
If something was here and now it's not, like, how windy is it?
The wind's been blowing a little bit, but it's starting to calm down now some. And
the indents in the sand is what's bothering me.
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to see if we can figure out how fresh they are.
As the wind begins to calm down, you're able to hear something coming off from the east, like in this direction right here.
Okay.
And it does not sound like a natural sound coming off this planet.
Well, I guess I'm going to hop behind the controls, and you still are no good with any guns, are you?
Why would I need guns?
Well, because now I have to drive... Whatever it is, I'm going to have to drive close enough to hit it with my sword.
Well, yeah, drive close enough so I can hit it with my sword.
Well, good plan. I'm going to power up the speeder and see what the heck's going on and start going toward this noise.
Pretty sure I could do a crazy flip off this speeder and slice something in half.
And then I have to go pick you up.
I know how to drive. So we're going to speed on over that way?
So understanding that you're on the speeder, you're moving in this direction?
Towards the sound.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a little hard to hear over the sound of your own speeder, but as you begin to get closer and closer, this is a hum and kind of a wah 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 type hum that eventually becomes very, very familiar to you. And the minute that you begin to realize exactly what it is, a probe droid pops out of this hole. And I would say at about that point you're going to be at about right here.
I'm going to use force move on it to try and grab it and crush it.
All right. Let's...
Oh, wait. Hold on, I need one more dice in there.
Sure.
Yeah, there we go. So, let's see here. Can I crush things with the force?
No, that's a different... That's like heal or harm or bind or something like that.
Can I grab it and pull it towards me?
So
you can smack it into the ground.
Do you have the upgrade that allows you to do attacks?
Let me double check.
I'm almost certain you do.
Yeah, because I have...
Because that's throwing things at it, too.
Yeah, I have all the way to, like, pull, control, hurl, manipulate.
And I'm getting an echo off of you for some reason now.
Because my microphone keeps jacking itself back up to 100.
Okay.
Yeah, it keeps thinking that I'm talking on Taylor's microphone.
All right, so you're going to make a force power check using ranged light. And you add your force die into that, and the difficulty is going to be 2 purple because you're at medium range right now.
Okay, so...
So you got all your force die, you got your range light skill, and you got 2 purple.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so... And I won't use any dark side pips.
You got a light side pip, and you couldn't generate the range to be successful with that.
Not the 2?
Well, you got 1 basic power that only lets you affect things at short range, and then to get it to medium range, you'd have to spend the second one, and then you'd have to spend well, let's see.
Depends on the silhouette of the droid.
I guess I guess with 2 you can affect it at medium range. Just looking at this now.
Yeah. Because hurl doesn't require more pips to be spent.
Right. Okay. So then this is a successful attack of 2 plus 10 times its own silhouette, which is a 2. So that's an attack of 20.
Yes.
So that thing
into the rock.
So that thing just kind of hurls across and smashes into a rock nearby, and boom, like this big cloud of smoke and fire comes up from beside it.
Yeah.
And the smoke from all of that starts to clear, and as the smoke begins to clear, you start noticing another one. And hang on just a second. Coming out of the same place. And another one coming out of a hole over here. And you also see some kind of a KX series droid beginning to crawl out of a hole over here.
Aren't these holes like...
They're thermal vents, but they may be networked together in different ways. And so now we're going to roll for initiative. We're going to use...
Can I make the Force, like, obey my command and push smoke and vent and steam up these shafts? Is that possible?
I don't think that's how this works.
I would let you use move to do some things like with smoke and steam, but it would have to be within the limits of your powers. So I won't give you a Han Solo. That's not how the Force works speech on that. But probably you couldn't do it in more than one shaft at a time.
Okay. Is this vigilance or cool?
For
Vigilance.
you, it's going to be vigilance, and for them, it's going to be vigilance as well.
I don't want to kill a KX series droid. They're so cute.
Well, it's a droid, so you're not killing it.
All right, somehow
Just
I got
get that
this
out
on the
of the way out of the
NPC
back.
slot. So somehow I've got the... Oh, hang on a second. I'm going to re-roll mine. That's the 0 and 5 and the 0 and 2.
0 and 5 was me.
Was it?
Yeah,
you had a 1 and 5. You had a 1 and 5. Kira had a 1 and 4, and you had
Andrew had 0 and 5.
0 and 5. Okay. So here we go. One more time. All right. Now get these reordered. All right. So this droid here, let's go with this one here. This one is going to buzz around over here and then open fire on Kira.
Don't forget I have two defense, ranged and melee.
2 defense.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it gets nothing but it hits nothing, firing at Kira. Now this one is going to be firing from the other side, exactly the opposite side, again at Kira, because she appears to be the biggest threat right now. It's going to take a boost die on its attack because your attention's been shifted. Well, actually, it can't do that because we didn't get any advantage off the other one. So I'm not going to do that. But I am going to roll the same attack again here. All right, so the droids are having a bad day so far. But they are going to get the KX series droid is going to. They've distracted you enough that he's going to get a boost when he comes after you next. So he's going to come running up.
Where's his initiative?
He's the next one. Like
the droids are all together.
The droids are on the same
Okay.
slot, and so he's going to come running up to about right here, which is going to have him in long range. So I'm going to check and see if he can fire from that range. Right, this is just a test shot. It's not a... Well, I'll just go ahead and roll the shot, but if it's beyond long range, he won't be able to do anything.
Who's he shooting at?
Kira.
Of course.
So yeah, he could fire from that distance, and he does get a boost die.
But he also needs another purple.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does need another purple. So we'll just call this. We'll call his shot a miss as well.
That works.
And that gets us to the first PC slot.
Awesome. Let's see here. Kara's gonna use draw closer. Let's see here. What is draw closer exactly? I haven't done this in a while. Where's that? All right. Oh, it's in medium range. Dang it! I can't get that K2 droid. Oh, I'll do draw closer.
You can't get the K2, but the Viper, either of the Vipers, you could pull with.
You can draw closer on someone at medium range?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
It's pretty wild.
And that's going to be 2 difficulty net.
It is the cheapest. Attack. It is the cheapest, most broken talent on the force power tree. Draw closer is really nice. All right. Anyway, so we're talking about spend a.
Oh yeah, hold on. I didn't get my my force die in there.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your force die.
Where is it? Da, 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 da. Yeah. I'm not using those.
All right, so you try to pull it in, but you're just so distracted by everything that's going on around you, you can't focus enough to get it to do anything. There's just shots coming from everywhere right now.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to, you've still got movement if you want to use it, or an action or a maneuver of some type if you want to use it.
I'll try and get a little closer to this. Actually, no. Kara's just gonna. Is there something I can do to like steady myself or whatever?
I mean, you can aim.
No, okay, never mind. I can't really aim. Okay, well, can I give those boosts to those advantage to Andon?
Yeah, you can give those to him as a boost. And for a maneuver, if you want to do whatever the force equivalent of aiming is to give yourself a boost on your next attack, that's okay with me. I mean,
cool.
It's just the equivalent of kind of trying to take an extra moment to draw on the force to get a better result next time.
That works. That's awesome. Thanks, Matt.
All right. Andon's next.
Okay, let's... So I'm at medium range to either droid?
You're the Viper droids, you're at medium. The KX, you're at long.
Let's see. Andon is going to quick draw his lightsaber. He's going to move to short range and use Hawkbat swoop on the Northern Viper droid.
Okay.
And
hey, you guys are still in the speeder, correct?
no.
No, we got out of the speeder.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm looking for something.
What's Hawkbat Swoop do again?
Jump and attack. Not quite as good as draw closer.
Yeah, draw closer's kind of OP.
Where's my lightsaber? There's my lightsaber. All right. And I get an automatic advantage because I'm only engaged with a single target, assuming I do engage. So. Oh, I need force pip. I will use that.
All right. Take the conflict.
Flip the destiny point.
And there's that. And then that is 14 damage, breach 1 with 4 advantage.
You could crit 4 times.
No, well, does 14 damage fry that thing or not?
14 damage cuts it right down the middle and leaves it lying on the sand and smoking.
Okay, in that case, I would like to...
Way to go, Andon.
I want to spend the. I want to spend 2 of those advantages, another maneuver to drop prone, and then I'm going to restore 2 strain with the other 2.
Okay. Right. You have an extra advantage from something.
From something built into the lightsaber.
Okay.
Custom hilt or something like that. Oh, and I add a success and a setback to the first attack. Oh no, that's my gun. I'm sorry. Never mind. I do still get the advantage with a single target, but I was looking at my gun for a second.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So the KX is. We're going to start with a KX for round 2, and it's going to drop prone into the sand, and then it's going to fire at Andon.
Okay, and I do have.
You got any defense?
That's a great question. Yes, and I have adversary 2, basically.
Okay.
What?
So tell me how you got adversary 2. I'm just
Force
curious.
power sense, upgrade incoming combat checks twice per round.
Do you have to commit dice to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Which I guess you've done because you just rolled 1 a second ago.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So we're gonna go.
2 red and a purple.
2 red, a purple, and do you have any defense?
1. And I'm prone, so another 1.
Jeez, Taylor.
That's why I dropped prone. And is
All
occasionally
that,
good
and
at
you
his
just
job.
get a failure.
Right.
No
so
despairs.
so it misses off to the side, and now this probe droid is going to take aim at Kira, giving it a boost
You know what?
die.
Droid.
You gonna
I wanna
spend
have
a
to
light
kill him.
side on me?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I think
I'm
I'm going
not-
to
I'm
spend a
not
dark
worried.
side. I'm going to go ahead and spend a dark side point here.
I'm not worried. Kara's not worried. These things are chumps. She's got the force. She's good. And this is when Kara loses a hand.
All right, so we're going to go 2 purple. 2 black, right?
Yep.
And then 1 upgrade. That is 12 points for each one. Hits Kira on the arm.
All right. So breach 1 means.
That means it's all goes in. You can't use any soak.
Wait, really?
That goes through 10 points of soak,
It
yeah.
goes through 10 points of soak.
Holy shit! I don't think I have reflect because it's me. No, wait, I do have reflect. And reflect does what again? It's not written on my thing. Taylor, shut up.
Okay.
1. It looks
Reflect.
like.
So what you're going to do is you're going to suffer 3 strain, and you're going to reduce the damage dealt by 2 plus the number of ranks that you've got.
I've got 1 thing of. Yeah, 1 thing of reflect.
So you're going to get 3. You're going to reduce the damage by 3, so it's going to go to 9, from 12 to 9.
Oh my god. So I had 16. So it's going to go to 9. 5. Wow, okay.
All right, it is Kira's turn.
You
It's one of your. You can choose who. I'm sorry, it's not necessarily Kira's turn.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go murder this fucking thing. Let's go. 2 difficulty. I'm gonna use draw closer. Okay, yeah, that's right. I'll walk towards it. I'm gonna use all those dark side points. I'm pissed.
All right. Do you even want to know what the result would be without them?
No, because Kara's mad.
Okay.
Kara's mad and angry and hurt.
All right. So Kira's upset to conflict, and she swings at this thing for what's your base damage on your lightsaber?
Oh, I'm surprised that's not in there. Oh, that's because it's on here. Where's it at? 7 damage, crit 1.
So, do you have an ability that lets you use the force die to upgrade your attacks? To increase the damage on your attacks? I'm not sure you do. That's why I'm asking.
Draw closer.
But were you using draw? You were using draw
Yes,
closer here?
Draw closer is a lightsaber willpower check.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we've got what did you say? 10, 6, 7.
Yes, 7.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breach 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that one also slices straight
Actually,
through it.
Matt, I do only have 4 willpower. I think the 5 willpower was from
Boosted.
a stim. Yeah. So take away one of the green dice.
Okay. So we're going to take your advantage away, and that results still in just again slicing this thing in 2.
Oh, I'm pissed.
So it hits the ground a steaming chunk of steel.
I just want to stab it a few times.
Okay. You can stab it once for a free action, just for
Yeah, I'm gonna
fun.
stab it.
Okay.
I'm gonna kick it. Now I have to worry about this droid over here. Ugh.
All right, Andon.
And then please kill that thing.
Andon is going to... Hang on. I need to see if I have stand up as a free action. I might. I do. Wonderful. All right. So I can stand up from prone as an incidental.
Okay.
I'm going to spend... And you said this guy was at long range?
Long range.
So will 2 maneuvers get me to short?
2 maneuvers get you to medium and then to short, but not engaged. But you could use Hawkbat swoop.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
All right. 2 maneuvers to short. So let me take the strain from that. And then I will Hawkbat swoop.
You got. You're going to have. He's prone. You're going to have a setback die on that.
Now, Hawkbat swoop is a melee attack, so I should have a boost die on that, correct?
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're right.
It's one of those weird rules things. Excuse me. Does he have any defense?
Let's see here. No, he does not.
All right. Let's see what this does. And hang on.
Crit 7 times.
I guess I'm going to have to use that too.
All right, so we're going to go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Just 10. I need to use that one in order to close with him.
Okay. All right.
That's the leap part of it. The swoop, I guess you could call it. And then I have 7 advantage.
Crit times 7.
So I'm guessing that 10 damage doesn't incapacitate him, does it?
That does not incapacitate him. It takes a chunk off of his armor, and you can see some wiring exposed underneath it, but it's not down at all.
If I do a critical with a 60 upgrade and I happen to one-shot this guy, can I say that I cleanly decapitate him in such a way that his memory banks are preserved?
So what you're attempting to do is
use all those advantages.
let's see how you crit him. I think
let's
what
see
it's
how
going to come
critting
down
him
to
might
is
be
how do you
important.
crit him?
I guess you have to roll that, but hang on. I think I might have vicious. It does have vicious 1, and I'm going to be doing, so let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So it's going to be upgraded 70.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, explain to me how it gets upgraded 70.
Because
I get the 10.
The 10's from vicious. You can't crit more than once, but if you activate crit multiple times, you just add 10 to the roll.
And you just roll once?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was not sure about that, but okay.
Yeah, I did that wrong for forever.
Okay.
But yeah, you just roll once, but for each time you activate crit, so to speak, you add 10 to the roll.
Okay.
So instead of critting him 7 times, I just crit plus 70.
Okay. Let's see what happens. I got to roll for that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's going to be ridiculous.
It's going to be a 1 and it won't matter. Well, maybe I'll get overpowered, and I can just do it again.
Critical roll offset 70.
70.
Stupid.
That's
What?
makes sense.
67 plus 70.
Yeah, do 67 plus 70.
That is...
Oh,
I have to go
I'm
straight
sorry.
into
I rolled
that.
the wrong one. I'm going to roll it again. I just hit the
Oh.
wrong button there, I think is what happened. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Okay. Here we go.
Perfect.
Awesome.
All right. So his agility is 1 point lower now.
That's pretty nice.
But he's still up and going at 128 on the 128 critical roll. It's hard to die in this system. From
It's
a
hard to
crit.
die in this system.
Yeah.
Matt, this guy's dead, right?
Yeah. You've got.
Okay, good.
That's the one you were stabbing angrily.
That's right.
If it wasn't dead before, it was after you repeatedly stabbed it.
Well, screaming
When it was
curse
lying on the
words
ground
at
in
it.
2 pieces.
So angry. So can I stomp over there to this thing?
You are at long range from it, and
Yeah.
it's going to get a turn first.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was looking at the PC slot up there. I guess that's Andon.
All right, so the droid kind of rolls around across the ground to a point where it moves into short range, and from a prone position, that's its maneuver, and from a prone position, it's going to fire up at Andon. Let's
Okay.
see.
I will use dodge
Okay.
just to make sure, and I gotta see how many ranks of that I have. 2 ranks, so I will spend 2 strain. So now I basically have adversary 4.
Okay. So actually,
Although I guess those are all upgrades. They don't. So it's
yeah. So
Goes from one
I'm rolling
purple to
3 red.
red.
I think what I'm going to roll is 3 red because first we upgrade the 2 purple. We only have 1. Okay, we're starting with 1 purple because he's at short range.
yep. So then red,
So then we go purple red for
Purple,
2, purple red,
red.
for 2. So it's 1 purple, 2 red.
yes.
All right, here we go.
What?
I'll allow it.
But here's the thing is that doesn't take into account the fact that he's lost in agility.
And he missed anyway.
And he misses. So I'm going to take the triumph away from him because he should have been rolling that yellow one anyway. He should have been rolling 2 yellows anyway with the loss of agility. So he just misses is what happens here.
Stupid piece of crap. Andon, will you kill that stupid droid, please?
Yeah.
Well, I want to cut its legs off or
Well,
destroy its
just-
weapon. Oh wait, I have Sunder. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Andon, just kill the damn thing.
No, we can get
Yeah.
information from it.
I don't care.
I do.
So you can upgrade your check so that you're taking care not to affect the head. If you want to try to strike in a way that doesn't affect the head, I'll let you upgrade the check once. And
Or is it a called shot?
and barring a critical that you inflicting a critical that does something to the head, it'll be all right. You will have
So-
the head after it's dead.
So upgrade the difficulty.
Upgrade the difficulty once.
Okay. I get a boost because he's still prone. And
Kira's just legit pissed.
Probably could have done that as a called shot, but that just made more sense to me in the moment.
no worries. And I do get 1 more advantage.
All right.
Oh, hang on. I will technically... I'm going to walk up to him and then use Hawkbat Swoop in the same way that one uses Draw Closer at point-blank range, because then I can turn up... If that was light, I could have turned it into an advantage, but never mind. I am going to... Well, does the 11 damage incapacitate it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, otherwise I'm going to sunder its gun, but...
It's incapacitated. You don't have to needlessly spend dark side points like your sister unless you want to.
No. I was just going to start disarming it.
Hey,
And then literally disarming it.
sorry I'm role-playing, Matt.
I think it's great. I do.
We have one light side point left, thank you, but...
I like how I rolled a bunch of those light side points and y'all are just pissing them away before my scene. Thanks.
I know, sorry.
What if I need them?
Should have had Matt use more back. I don't know.
Whatever.
Annan's going to grab the torso remnant of this droid and kind of turn around and look at Kara like half disgusted. Just be like, come do your job. Figure out what it knows about us.
Oh my gosh, yes, I'm going there, okay? Kara's like legit pissed. She's like bleeding or something. She's got a limp. Do you have a stim pack or anything on you?
Don't you? Am I the only responsible person here?
Just give me one.
All right.
Yes, you have a stim pack.
Alright, and then I'm gonna slice the stupid thing.
All right. And with that, we are going to do a notorious screen wipe, one of Star Wars' notorious screen wipes. And we are going to switch ourselves over to the planet Kowak.
Oh, I should probably sit up then.
Okay, not that I'm not interested in what you guys are doing, but now I'm going to go AFK for a minute, so I'll be right back.
That's messed up. I was here the whole time. I'm sitting here being y'all's biggest fan, and now I get to perform for nobody. All right.
Hey, Eric, can you try reconnect? You're a little distorted. You're coming through fine. Your video's good, but try reconnect.
I'm
You're
on
a
it.
robot.
You are a robot.
You can't pass the captchas.
I have now reconnected. Do I sound any clearer?
Yeah, you don't sound any clearer.
You sound like a robot still.
It's
Well, this voice. All right.
it's workable though. All right, so we are on. You've landed on the planet Kowak, and you find yourself starting out in the starport. You can immediately tell this is a pretty seedy, shady type operation. The city that you're in is called Sklavos, Sclavos, and what you know about it just automatically is that it's a planet where the Zygerian slavers have occupied for a number of years. It is a planet where there is a lot of slave trade that goes on between the Zygerians and some of the other seedier elements of the Empire. And there is a Zygerian prince who is actually heir to the throne of Zygeria, who has set up in what looks like an ancient Sith temple in the middle of town. That's about it. There's a lot of streets between you and the temple right now, though. It looks like Cribben has decided again to stay behind to do some paperwork or something like that. So it's going to be up to the other three of you to go out and figure out what your next step is.
Cool. So I'm Cribben. So
I'm sorry. It looks like it looks like Danzel is going to stay behind this time and do some paperwork, and Cribben's going to be able to get out. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. Okay. Kate, are you here? All right, go team.
Go team. Yep.
So
Nata Ali is going to be sticking very close to Cribben and IG.
Ooh la la.
Like very close.
all right. Can you recap for me, Matt? Do we think that this Zygerian prince is the guy who has the Mando slavers, the Mando guys? We know that, or his operation at least.
You know that here's what you know. You know that this is a planet that is a system that's very close to Vlimouth Port, which is where the Mandos are located. You know that there were stories circulating about some of the Mandos being captured by Zygerian slavers. The slavers had originally showed up to capture Tals, but when they got into a scuffle with the Mandos, they just shifted their attention to the Mandos and tried to run off with them. As far as the Mandos were concerned, they were killed. But the rumors that you've been able to pick up on have indicated maybe they are still alive, and the most logical place for them to be would be here on Kowak, because it's so close, and because that's apparently where these slavers operated out of. You don't know yet for sure that the prince has them, but that seems like a logical step.
This starport that we've flown into is pretty huge, mid-size.
It's a mid-sized starport with a lot of cantinas and a lot of sad-looking creatures being carted around by people that look like they have money and lots of high-tech gear.
And we're flying the Wayward Spirit, right? That's what we've got?
You've arrived in the Wayward Spirit, yes.
Cool.
He's gonna fucking lose the ship.
Don't forget where you parked.
So, I step off the ship, step off the loading ramp. Craven's dressed pretty sharply as he usually is. I guess it's me and IG-88 and Nada Ali rolling out. We shout over our shoulder to Dancel to be a good boy. And then off we go, right?
Yeah.
Before we take off, okay, why don't we say you are representatives from some hut, and we are here looking for this particular Mando because this hut is displeased with him. So we would like to trade credits and maybe our Twi'lek for this Mando.
Do we have any credits?
Twi'lek.
I don't know, lie.
I mean, I love lying, but I would like to know if we have any credits.
I have none.
GM Matt, do we have assets?
Yeah. So you've been issued maybe like 10,000 credits for this mission. You doubt it's going to be enough to buy a slave.
But we're rich in Twi'leks.
Sorry.
Oh, I figured something like this was going to come up.
Nada, how do you feel about this plan? How good a meek slave girl do you think you can play for me?
I'm going to roll for that, actually. I want to roll her Ninos be basic kind of Twi'lek. Meek Twi'lek. So,
You have to speak in a French accent the entire
Twi'leks are space French, so you have to be
So would that be deception?
Yeah, that's a deception. When the time comes, that'll be a deception.
All right.
Okay, I just wanted to just kind of roll that and see how Cribben liked the impression.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Absolutely.
You're going to roll deception against his person. Yeah, so that's kind of what your roll's going to look like.
Strong ass roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially considering you rolled no difficulty.
Well, it would be contested against you.
So I'm getting echoes again somewhere, probably coming from Taylor or Kira.
No, my mic's muted.
Okay.
Okay. In my opinion,
Yeah, mine was too.
I'm getting like static coming from Eric though.
I apologize. Push to talk. It's 2017. I don't know. That's silly.
All right. We may switch. We may try switching over to Discord here in a second. I'm going to try a reconnect and see if that helps anything for me.
Roger that.
The internet is great.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. So,
No, you're still echoey and
Yeah.
staticky.
Still having the problems. Okay, we're going to shut down video and audio on Roll20 and switch over to Discord.
Sorry, dude.
Now, it may not be you.
I'm the first one. Ta-da!
Hello.
Blum.
Ba-da-da-da.
Yo.
Hello, testing.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
All right. I think we got
Can't
everybody
hear you,
over
Brad
here.
or Matt.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can hear you.
Oh,
Jim.
did I mute everybody?
I can hear you. I can hear everybody.
All right. I got everybody.
Okay.
Brad, are you there?
Okay.
All right. Hold on.
Kate, can you sound off?
I'm
Just keep going. I'll figure it out.
Okay, I mean, it sounds like we're all good. I heard Brad, right? Brad? All right, cool. Go team.
I'm not hearing
Are we
Brad.
ready to continue?
Excuse me.
I'm not hearing Brad for some reason.
I didn't hear Brad either.
I don't know if Brad spoke.
I can hear Brad. He said hello.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear it either.
He's not still. I mean,
I haven't
nobody's
said
accidentally
that.
still broadcasting.
style. I want to roll Underworld or something to see if Cribben can recall a specific hut that he thinks would be safe to impersonate working for.
Okay. Go ahead and make a hard Underworld check. That's 3 purple.
And can I actually help him? Sorry.
Sure. You can add a boost in there with him to boost him.
Okay, would that be 3 for me as well?
Or actually, what do you have any skill ranks in Knowledge Underworld?
I do. I have 2 ranks in Knowledge Underworld.
All right, so you can actually, if you want to re-roll, Eric, you can roll 2. You can roll 2 yellow dice instead of 2 green, but you did get the result here, so you may not want to.
Might be able to get a triumph or 5.
Ouch.
Ouch. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and take the first result. It's all right. So you figure Timo is as good a guess as any in terms of somebody that they might have some. You want you're thinking like negative dealings running into them.
Actually, so what I want, the intended goal, and you can tell me if I do or don't get this, is a hut that they are unlikely to have had immediate dealings with, but have heard of and respect at least a little bit. So somebody who I'm not going to bump into a guy that says, no, I work for Carvo the Hut, and I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
Like somebody from the other side of the galaxy.
So
That's
you think
important.
you think Timo fits about as well as any of them for that purpose?
Great. Cool. So I am gonna, with my Fleet slave girl and my bodyguard droid, I'm gonna march towards this Sith temple like I own the place and looking pissed.
All right.
Okay. So this is going to be a long hike to get across to the temple, and you can see tents and shops and cages with cowering Rhodians and Togrutans and Twi'leks just all along the pathway there. And what I'd like to get.
Nata's going to be keeping an eye out like a hawk. She doesn't trust these places. She knows not to.
Oh, shouldn't... I was going to say, shouldn't we buy a collar or leash or something for her?
Yeah.
IG, brilliant. Metal
Yeah,
man.
she needs a better
I'm gonna go buy me a
costume.
I'm gonna buy some skimpy Twi'lek clothes.
Sorry,
Hey.
I would say not my idea, but it kind of was.
You have to do it for the Alliance.
For the Alliance. Yeah, Nata sees obviously what you've picked out. It's kind of brassy and sheer in some places.
Okay.
And yeah, just one thing about Nata on her portrait, you can kind of see that she has those brown, like wavy things down her leku. That actually continues down her back, so it's really like interesting markings that you may be able to show up.
Okay.
That's neat. Roger that. Okay, so we redress Nada in some appropriate Twi'lek slave girl outfit.
Yeah, I have to give my gear to someone.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you want to detract some credits for us for me to buy that equipment?
Yeah.
I'm down. Just
Yeah. It's
maybe we can handle that later.
it's gonna. Yeah. I mean, it's like 150 credits for that. There's usually a party pool of credits somewhere. I forget where it was kept though. I think it's on one of the handouts.
I think Cosget kept track of it.
But yeah, I think we lost the guy that kept track of it. So
I mean, we didn't go broke doing it, so why don't we just figure it out later?
now we'll figure it out later.
Okay.
All right.
In that case, concluded, I high five IG and I go, and then we continue, I guess.
All right, so you're going to make a streetwise check against 3 purple and 1 red.
Yeah, I want to
Are you
roll.
asking-
So yeah, this is going to be Cribben that's making the check.
Oh, okay. I wanted to help him out.
3
You can-
purples and a red.
You can assist on that if you want to.
So I have 2 ranks in Streetwise.
What's Cribben got for cunning?
My cunning is 4, so I'm going to roll 2 greens and 2 yellows.
Yeah, that's what you want, and this is going to go against 3 purple and 1 red.
Roger that.
Yeah. Okay. So, as you're walking along, Nada kind of catches Cribben's eye and points behind him, and he can see kind of on the shoulder of another person that's walking beside him. He can see one of these Kowakian monkey lizards that, like you had sitting beside Jabba the Hutt in Return of the Jedi, and
I know what a Kowakian monkey lizard is. Come on.
and this lizard has kind of got his eye on a piece of equipment. What's a kind of an obvious piece of equipment that Cribben would be carrying at this point?
Cribben's pretty flashy. He's got like a big ring on, maybe, or it's like he walks with a straight up like cool cane that has it's probably got shiny shit on it.
Okay, so he's sort of reaching out for the cane, like he's going to rip it away from you and run away with it, and but Cribben is able to time things with this triumph such that he actually catches the monkey lizard by the wrist as it's reaching out for the cane.
Yeah.
And
Cool. I'll straight up.
so you've got a monkey by the wrist now that was trying to steal your cane. So what do you want to do?
Murder him with my sword cane.
That might be someone's pet.
Right. Yeah. I stab it.
I stab it.
All right, you want to make a melee check?
Sure.
Oh, goodness.
All right, so we're going to make put 2 purple on it, one. Let's make it 2 setback because you're trying to wrestle with this thing and at the same time draw your sword cane. And
I accept that. Can I make a case for a blue die, considering I'm physically holding on to it?
yeah, you can do that.
So 1 blue, 2 black, and
1
2
blue,
purple.
2 black, 2 purple. Yes, sir.
Roger that. Yikes.
All right. So you swing at it, and it just kind of jumps up in the air and lands where you come back, and then it just kind of looks at you and just laughs at you with the most annoying cackle that you have ever heard. And in the meantime, what's that?
Can we hear the cackle real quick?
No, you can't.
I have a sore throat, or I'd give it a shot.
What
Yeah.
kind of cackle do we need?
A Kowakian monkey lizard cackle. That's not.
That's close enough.
I don't know how they go.
So now the crowd is kind of starting to spread out, and the owner, who is a human gentleman that is of wide girth and who's wearing kind of these long flowing robes, kind of starts trying to pull it away. It looks like it might be the lizard's owner. Starts trying to pull it away from you, and says, whoa, good sir, what's the problem here?
Alright, Cribben will slip his sword cane thing back together, release the lizard, let the guy take it back, and say, your little friend here just tried to rob me. Keep your pets to yourself.
Yeah, and he says, rob you, and kind of chuckles a little bit. He says, that's preposterous. He's obviously a little upset that you tried to kill his pet lizard.
Alright, I mean, if he tries it again, I won't miss. I'm going to chop that thing in half if it comes near me.
All right, go ahead and make an intimidation check against 2 purple and a yellow.
Okay, hold on. I've got something for this.
Finally.
Yes, finally.
All right, I'm gonna be AFK for like 10 seconds. I'll be right back.
Let me read up on this and see exactly how we use this.
Oh, Jesus.
Man, I've got a lot of these. Where did it go? Oh, there we go. All right. When you make a successful charm, deception, or negotiation check, the character adds success per rank in coercion to the ally's check. So, see what my rank in coercion is.
Mine's garbage.
2. So you would add 2 successes.
I'm full of hot air.
Yeah, but you got a droid with you that looks really intimidating.
So I roll my thing, but will I add 2 successes to the result?
You're going to add 2 successes to your... You can do a coercion check, 1 purple, 1 red.
1 purple, 1 red. Can I add a blue for having
you
displayed violent tendencies?
You can use deception on that too.
I can use deception.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Deception?
I heard half of it. I only heard coercion, I guess. So, yeah, you can use deception or coercion in this. Well, no, this really isn't a deception situation. This is like a coercion type thing. So, yeah.
Boss.
You can do charm as well.
I wouldn't characterize this
sorry.
as a charm check.
Yeah, sorry, I was just reading it.
All right. So he just kind of huffs and just goes storming off down the street, pulling the lizard behind him, but trying to get away from you as quickly as he can. You notice that as well. And Cribben takes a couple of strain in the process.
Cribben's a nice guy. This is out of character for him. He's an actor.
All right.
Did anyone else take notice of that particular interaction? Like on the street?
Yeah, there were lots of people that saw this.
I straight up don't know how to add strain. No idea.
So on your character sheet, you should have... I'm going to open it for you, so you may see me sliding around a little bit on it. Up at the top, you've got your... I think it's the skills tab. It's not the skills tab.
I see characteristics, skills.
Oh, here's your problem. You need to open the stats. See that stats section there?
That takes its time.
You got to open it, and then there's your strain.
Wait. Great. Okay, I've added 2 strain to myself. Thanks.
All right.
All right, so as the people watching this, Aji's just going to kind of turn back the direction they were walking and just casually sweep his blaster across part of the crowd and just say, "What?"
So, yeah, there's 2 or 3 random screams, and people shift around a little bit, but generally go about their business. This isn't the most unusual thing people have seen on the streets of Koak before. Even a droid the size of IG carrying the weaponry that he's got is not the most unusual thing that they've seen, but they know to get out of your way for the most part. And so they're definitely...
Back to the act, Cribben looks kind of smug. He's being real possessive of Nada. His muscle, this droid, is intimidating people, and Cribben just looks like a sleazebag, and he's into it.
Okay.
Don't let it go to your head.
Right, so unless there's anybody that attempts to stop us, we're just going to continue heading towards the temple where I know the prince to be.
Okay. So you proceed about another block or 2. You're still fighting through these huge crowds in the marketplace. And anybody that wants to can make an average streetwise or perception check at this point.
Let's take a look.
Can you repeat that, Matt?
Yeah, an average streetwise or perception check. Any or all of you can do that.
On it.
That's 2 purple.
Yeah, dog, I am. I know what average means.
Okay, so both of you notice that there's this crowd that seems to be gathered around kind of a TV that's on the outside of a cantina, a monitor that's on the outside of the cantina, and they're kind of shouting and looking like they're interested in something that's going on the screen there. And from where you're at, you're a good distance back. You can't really tell what's going on, except it looks like there's some kind of pit that the camera keeps whipping around inside, and there's sound of a crowd coming from the screen as well.
So, without being overly aggressive about it, I'll kind of push my way through the crowd and take a look at the screen.
Yeah. So this is I'm sorry, I missed what you said, Kate.
Oh no, just of course following suit, like meekly behind.
Okay. Yeah. So that what you see is it looks like there is some kind of open air fighting pit, and there's a broadcast that's coming from it, and there is a human that is fighting some sort of odd looking alien creature, not one that any of you immediately recognize. And looks like you've got bookies even that are kind of beside you that are kind of shouting, demanding for bets to be placed as these two prepare to do a battle against each other. You got a chance if you want to wager on this, because there's at least 2 or 3 bookies that are nearby. But it's a human that's stacked up against a humanoid-sized, pretty stout-looking alien.
Does the human resemble who we're here to get?
That would be like a Mandalorian.
Yeah, does he look like a kind of older Mandalorian?
He fits that description, yes.
Cool. I'll go up to one of the bookies, and I'll say, I know a great fight. When I see one, where's this taking place? I want to watch my money. I want to win my money in person.
He says this is at the pits across town. A huge matchup.
Who's the fighters?
Well, you've got the muscle-bound alien that's on this side, and then you've got a human that's owned by the prince that's fighting on the other side. He's won an awful lot of battles in the past, but there's a lot of people voting on the alien here because he's apparently been injured.
Cool. I'll waive some credits. I don't know. I guess credits are chips, so a little bag of them. I don't know.
Sure.
And say, tell me more about the human. I've got a good feeling about him.
Well, nobody really knows a whole lot about him except that he's won a lot of matches in the past.
Did he come on the scene recently, or he's been here a while?
He has been around for at least a couple of months that we know of. But some of these people are trained for months and months after they're captured before they show up on the scene.
All right, you've been very helpful. I slide this guy like a token amount.
Okay.
Just 5-10 credits, but I don't place a bet, and I want to turns IG and actually, just not even Kate. She's beneath me. I don't talk to Nada, and I turn to IG and say, "We need to get a speeder. I want to see this fight."
Okay. It doesn't look like there's going to be time. It's about to start like right now. You can watch it on the monitor, but there's not going to be time to actually get to the pits because you're too far away from it.
Okay, I understand.
But as he says that, IG just starts scanning around looking for a speeder.
Okay.
Never mind, IG. We'll never make it in time. Let's watch it here. So Cribbin will stand with the crowd and watch this fight. I guess I'll put 100 credits on the human.
Okay. So this is going to pay. It's going to pay 3-1 if you win.
Roger that.
And so what happens is that the alien has these long, sharp claws, and he starts to circle around the human, the human's holding an axe, and he's standing in the middle of the Colosseum, or the middle of the fighting pit. It's really not a Colosseum like IG and Andon and Kira were in before. It's more of a smaller pit. And
Understand.
and the human is just kind of slowly turning, keeping an eye on it. The alien is just looking for any kind of weakness where it can kind of jump in and just dig its claws into him. And everything just happens all at once. This is a very short fight. The alien jumps in thinking that it's found a weakness. The axe comes down. Everything blurs. And the next thing you see, the fight's over. The alien's just lying on the ground with an axe in its back. And he pulls the axe out and just tosses it into the dirt. And all around you, there are people that are crying in anguish because they've just lost their bet. A few people that are celebrating because they've won. And you just see this human kind of limp back off. He's got this definite limp in his right leg. That he didn't seem to be injured in this fight. It seems to be more long-term than that. And he just kind of limps back off out of
Does he do any stuff, or does he just drop the axe and walk away?
I mean, it's like dropping that axe is like dropping the mic and walking back out for him.
Cool.
He's just doing it very stylistically.
I'll collect my money from this book, I guess.
Okay. And so you're
And
going to
Nasa
get...
kind of sidles up to Cribben, like all, of course, slave girl like, and just kind of whispers in his ear, like, I think we found our man.
Nods, just acknowledges.
So
now I want to make my way to that place.
before we leave, IG says, Master, don't you think we should find out who owns him in case you want to purchase him?
I believe this kind bookie told us it was the prince's slave.
Okay.
Is that right, bookie?
Yeah, that's it. That's what he told you.
All right, sorry, I missed that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, IG might not have overheard that anyway.
That's fine.
He was looking for a speeder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was looking around for a speeder.
We then continue. Okay, so let's duck into an alley a little bit. I want to appear like I'm speaking to IG, like address him.
Okay.
But not speak quietly so Nada can hear me. IG, do you think we should continue towards the palace or go to those pits?
Meet me in the pit.
Yeah, I would say if he has fighters there, he's probably at the pit watching the games.
All right, cool. I want to see the next fight. Let's get to the other side of town. GM, is it reasonable for us to walk there, or we have to get a speeder to get there?
It's going to be quicker if you try to find a speeder that kind of lifts you up and over and across.
I would like to try and find a speeder.
Okay. So you look around for a minute. You find a cab that is for rent that can get you across for 10 credits to the pits if you want to.
Yeah, definitely. Me and my bodyguard and my beautiful slave.
Okay.
Man, I thought we were going to get to steal one.
This is cheap, pal. All right. So we commissioned this cab driver to get us over to those fighting pits.
Okay. So you land at the fighting pits about 10 minutes later, and there's no admission to get into it, but there's a huge crowd that's there. And you kind of press your way through the crowd. There's another contest that's going on right now that's below you. Looks like a Wookiee and something that looks like a Gamorrean that are fighting. Not anything anyone that you'd recognize or anything like that. And you get a chance as they're fighting. You get a chance to kind of look around. Everybody can make a perception check. Average 2 purple.
Roger that.
1 second, let me find where I put my skills.
So all of you notice as you glance up and around that there is something that is as close to a luxury box that's possible, and there is a very ornate, well-dressed Zygerian surrounded by some other Zygerians that is sitting up in a luxury box that's up above you.
Cool. We must know his name, right?
Yeah, his name is... Yeah, give me a second on this. His name is Prince Molec, Molec.
Cribbin is going to head towards that and wait for the first person to tell him to stop.
Yeah, all right. So there are a couple of very burly-looking Zygerian guards that as you kind of... It looks like there's an entrance and maybe some stairs that go up to it. A couple of very burly-looking Zygerian guards that are carrying some very large, very sharp instruments that they look like they know how to use, that are standing at the entrance, and they just kind of cross them like medieval soldiers would when you try to walk through.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I'll sneer at him. I'll say, I represent Timo the Hutt, the illustrious, grand, all-powerful, mighty, wise, handsome Timo the Hutt, and my master wishes to do business with yours. Out of my way, scum.
All right, we are going to do another coercion check here.
Hey, that's got to be deception, because I don't represent the mighty.
Oh, that's true. I apologize. We are going to do a deception check here.
Okay, because I'm not intimidating.
You've made your case.
Right.
Let's go with... let's go with 2 red and 1 purple. And actually, I'm going to change that to 3 red by using a dark side on the check.
Roger that. These clever-ass guards. And...
Is there any way to see Molec from here?
Yeah, you can see him.
Can I make a case for a blue die because I have a bit of an entourage? I've got a slave with me, my own bodyguard.
You may add a blue die.
Cool. That sucks.
Oh God!
Oh no.
Someone comes
All
after
right.
your autograph.
Lay into me. Do it.
Yeah, so one of them kind of motions, looks up at you, and looks very skeptical, and says, Timo was just here a few hours ago. Why didn't he take up this business with him himself? And kind of, it was unlikely, but hey, you rolled the despair. And points back at some other guards and starts motioning, and now there's about 3 of them that are coming back from behind you as well.
Cool. Cribbin's gonna do one of these. Big smile. My friends, misunderstanding. I misspoke. I did not mean the illustrious and powerful and handsome and almighty and glorious Timo. I, of course, meant the wise and giving and generous Garbo the Hutt. Garbo.
All right. So we're going to add, because of the prior failure, we're going to add a couple of setback to this one.
Yeah, just fuck me, man. Okay, what do we got?
But this is a deception, so you're going to get 2 purple and a purple and 2 red, and
a purple and 2 red, and then 2 setback.
And then 2 setback, and then whatever your deception roll is plus your boost, because you do still have the entourage in spite of the despair that you just rolled. And then you want to use light side points or something like that. You can do that as well.
It's the exact same pool, so it doesn't mechanically matter. But I would think this is more of a charm one, because he's like, "Oh, buddies, what a coincidence."
All right, let's go with it. Let's do it. Let's do it as a charm.
Whew.
Oh boy.
All right. So,
All right.
so you lose a couple more strain, wondering if you've sold this or not, because they just kind of look at you just with a very flat face for a moment, and then they kind of look at each other, and then they look back at you, and you're kind of laughing and all of a sudden they just kind of start laughing with you, like ha 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 ha. So everybody's standing there laughing, and the guards that are behind you turn back around, and they say, all right, you can pass, discuss whatever business that Garbo has with the prince.
Great. So I walk up to this luxury booth. I assume I'm permitted to bring my buds with me, because that's how crime lords work. We bring our entourage everywhere.
Yeah. So
Cool.
they'll come through behind you, but they do say he's going to have to leave. He pointed at the droid, and they say that your droid's going to have to leave his blaster with us.
Of course.
Not gonna happen.
My droid loves blasters. I'm going to see if I can bribe the guy. I'm going to slip him 100.
Slip him a hundo.
That's right.
All right. You want to do this as a streetwise, or you want to do it in a more of a charmy way?
I obviously want to do it more in a charmy way, but I mean, if I'm not allowed to, then you tell me.
Well, tell me how you'd approach it as a charm approach.
Yeah, so I'd say my droid, he gets real skittish when he doesn't have his blasters. He's liable to jump down there and in the pits and start winning fights on his own. That'd embarrass everybody, right?
All right. Let's go ahead and make it a charm check. It's the same difficulty as the other ones.
Super. Great.
No setback this time.
Cool. And charm. Oh, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So the guard just kind of laughs with you again and says, "All right, but tell him to keep it out of sight. The prince doesn't permit anything. Doesn't permit weapons up in the box, especially not heavy weapons like this one."
Great.
Cribbage is not allowed to do anything anymore.
And then we'll save that despair for a couple of minutes from now, I think. I'm just going to hang on to that one a little bit.
Great. Cool. Is there a fight going on, or is it between fights right now?
That's actually one has just ended.
Cool. So, as
Not
the fight's wrapping up. Yeah, sorry. Okay.
Nada hates all of this.
Yeah, man, it's not great. So, as the fight is wrapping up, Cribben will direct IG and to hang back just a little bit, and he's gonna grab Nada and bring her with him as he approaches the prince and his. I guess he's hanging out with a bunch of other Zygerians.
Yeah, there's a lot of other Zygerians that are up there with him.
Cool.
And in fact, there are like 5 or 6 between you and him as you get to the top of the box.
He's going to pretty roughly force Nada down on her knees, and he's going to bow as well.
Whoa!
Yeah. She'll probably, mutter something in Huttese.
Okay.
Kind of plated.
So he does bow, but not like super low. And then he rises up and he says, "Greetings, Prince Malik. I come representing the mighty, the generous, the wealthy, the powerful Garbo the Hutt." he has sent me to admire your fine stock of fighting slaves.
Okay. So the prince, or presumably the person that you think is the prince, looks over at you and kind of gives you a puzzled look, and he seems upset about something. Like something's just happened that in this last match that doesn't make him very happy to begin with. And he hears this and he looks over at you, and then his attention just kind of shifts back over to the screen, and immediately another Zygerian comes kind of moving up towards you, and his name, he introduces himself as Captain Amin, and he says, welcome, we're glad that you are here, but now is probably not a very good time for you to be speaking to the prince.
This guard captain says that?
Yeah. I said, my name is Captain Armin. I'm the captain of the guard for Prince Malik.
But Prince Malik, he does not respond himself.
He has not responded yet himself.
Cool. Okay.
He has people that can talk to people for him.
Yeah.
Right.
I understand. How unfortunate that the prince finds himself indisposed as such a lucrative business opportunity falls into his lap.
And the captain kind of raises an eyebrow and he looks at you as if he's interested. And then says, "What business opportunity do you speak?"
My master, the powerful and generous and beautiful and wise and wealthy Garbo the Hutt, is a large fan, a physically and figuratively large fan of pit fights. And he receives these transmissions all the way back on Garbo World. And he wishes to extend a ludicrous sum of credits in exchange for some of this fine fighting slave meat.
Nana is trying very hard right now.
Right.
How many credits are we talking about? He said, and he says, you also need to specify which of his slaves it is that you're wanting to purchase. This business is not typically done at the pits; it's typically done at the palace. This is a little irregular.
Irregularity is exactly the sort of deal that I'm here to make. Garbo the Hutt, the illustrious Garbo the Hutt, has not sent his major domo to speak with captains of guards. I wish to discuss the terms of my deal with the generous hosts, the prince.
He says the prince is indisposed right now, and I don't think you're going to catch him in a very good mood anyway. Not after that last match. Now, the prince, by the way, is not looking indisposed as he is just angry, and he's kind of shouting at people that are around him. So angry and resigned is kind of the appearance that you're getting from him right now.
Okay, I'm going to approach this captain of the guards, walk up a little bit more like personal quarters, and say, what's got the prince in such a state?
He says he just lost one of his prize slaves. You've heard of the slave Nam?
No, tell me all about it.
He just won a match this afternoon, even with a wounded leg, against one of these, and he names the alien species. It was quite remarkable. He seems to be able to pull victory out of defeat, no matter what the circumstance. But hey, I'm afraid he no longer belongs to the prince.
What happens to Nam, this prize fighter?
The prince lost a bet with some people from the Karzakian Slavers Cooperative, and as a part of the bet, Nam and some of the other humans that fought in the same group with him are all headed over, even as we speak, to the Karzakian compound that's just outside of town.
Great. You're a delight. It was great meeting you. I'm out. Tell your prince he's a cool guy, and I'm gone forever. Goodbye.
Nada is just like sweating.
All right.
So yep, I grab Nada and I pull her up, and I'm like, "We're out of here, slave girl. We're deuces. Come on, Robo.
All right. So you start to walk out, and as you're walking out, you kind of glance over your shoulder back at them, and you can see one of the other guards, one that was out there that was dealing with you before, has kind of walked up to the captain, and he's kind of leaning into his shoulder, and he's whispering some things and gesturing at IG's weapon. And the captain kind of looks at you, and he seems a little bit curious, but he lets you leave.
Okay.
You're able to walk out.
We're going to be followed.
And that is where we're going to leave things off for tonight.
Dun dun dun.
Oh boy.
Cool. Thanks a ton, Matt. This was fun.
All right.
Nada is, in fact, going to punch Criven in the unmentionables.
As soon as you get to where nobody can see.
What? Don't worry, she only has one strength. It's fine.
All right, and she can go ahead and rant if she wants to as well before things are finished up for tonight.
Yeah, let's hear it. What do you got?
Alright, so IG says, I think I may have been recognized from our last arena appearance.
Uh-oh!
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, that despair's got to go somewhere. I can't just leave it hanging there. So we are going to stay with 10 XP again for tonight. We are going to... But we are not going to award any contribution rank for anything that I can see here. Nada, whenever you want to tell me what your duty is, I'll add that in, and we'll continue to mount that up. But that's all right. There's no big rush on it. So our contribution rank and XP will stay the same. And with that,
mine's recruitment, and I've got a new bodyguard and slave girl.
Oh, you think? You remember, you're an actor.
So,
Matt, do we need to roll morality?
not yet. No, just
Okay.
collect that conflict for now, because
We didn't roll last time, did we?
No, it's been a while since you've rolled, but
Okay.
Kate, do you want to do some RP right now with her being pissed, or would you rather see that as a forum thing? You want to throw it?
I'll probably head over later. Like, she's annoyed, but there's, like, more going on beneath the surface. Like, she is, yeah.
Well, I think that could be a cool character building scene. They don't have much of a relationship yet. We should totally do a post-by-post thing.
okay.
Sure! You can go ahead and get that started on, like, the Discord or the Roll20, and, yeah, we can roll with that.
We're gonna bid goodbye to the YouTube peeps now.
Bye, YouTube peeps.
And
Later.
wipe